All right, so I'm going to be changing the oil on a 2011 BMW 550i XDRIVE. When you're changing an oil, when you're doing an oil change on a car this heavy, you want to make sure that you have everything you need to support the weight of the vehicle before climbing under the car and doing any type of work. So what I have here is a 2.5 ton capacity floor jack, low profile floor jack. I also have a standard scissor jack to help support the weight. And then in the front, on this type of vehicle, in the middle of the car, there is a place where you can jack the car up. That's where I'm going to put this stand, so that if anything happens, if the floor jack fails, if the scissor lift fails, the jack stand will catch everything. And plus, I'm not taking the tires off of the vehicle, so nothing's going to happen to me. I just want to make sure everything is safe before I climb under this 6,000 pound vehicle. Here is the spot I was talking about. So it looks like I'm gonna have to jack it up just a little bit more. So it's not touching, but if anything happens, this is the point where they jack this type of vehicle up. So if that jack stand fails, if the scissor jack fails, the car will land on this solid metal piece and I won't get crushed. Plus, I got the tires on, so I'm safe. I can climb underneath this bad boy. Now, the oil is going to come out of this right here. It's a 8 millimeter hex bolt oil filter right here. We're gonna put an 8 millimeter on the socket, take it off, and drain the oil. Two things you're gonna need is this. This is a 86 by 16 oil filter remover for this vehicle. You're gonna need this, and then you're gonna need an 8 millimeter hex bolt to remove the oil drain plug. This is a 3/8, and the one I'm using right now is a 1/2 inch. So that's the old oil. And what you want to do is, the rule of thumb is whatever comes out of the vehicle, you put back into the vehicle. So if we look over here, right here says 6 quarts. You can't really see it, but this right here says 6 quarts. Granted, I'm a little bit on a hill, but it went all the way up to the tip. I'm gonna call it 7 quarts. One pan, 7 quarts came out. This pan right here, my second pan, it looks like there is, let's see, it looks like there is 4 quarts coming out still. So this might just be 10 quarts total. So I'm gonna put 10 quarts back in, and look, you can see it's still draining out. All right, we're gonna hit the oil filter right there. We're gonna take that out. You're gonna need a clean pan, empty pan, because a lot of oil is gonna come out of that as well. And you're gonna add that to the amount of oil total that came out of the vehicle. So it looks like it's stopping. This is the oil drain plug gasket. This is the oil drain plug. Gasket goes on top of the drain plug, and that makes a secure seal so your oil doesn't leak out of the creases, out of the edges, whatever, of this plug. This is a BMW oil filter. Nice little BMW logo. This is the filter. All right. Don't want to set it down on anything, so I'll just put it right there. That's a drain plug gasket. All right, so we're gonna put the new gasket onto the plug, put the plug back in, and then I'm gonna take out the oil filter. I'll show you that on video. All right, I don't know if you can see this, but there's measurements on this torque wrench. 40 pounds is what you're going to torque this oil drain plug gasket at. You don't want to over torque it, you don't want to under torque it, you want to torque it exactly at 40. All right, so it got stuck on it, but we're just gonna leave it. Old oil filter, new oil filter. You're just going to swap this piece inside to the new oil filter, and then you're going to change the gasket that comes with it. Gasket, change the gasket on here, put that bad boy back in. I'm gonna show you. Screwdriver to get inside there and peel the gasket off. See that? That's the gasket. Comes right off. We're gonna wipe this down. Okay, you can take the new gasket, dip it in the oil to lubricate it, so it goes on to the housing better, and just rotate it. All right, time to put it back on. It's going to sit, this gasket is going to sit right here. Make sure it sits right here. We got to take this piece out to put onto the new filter. That you could just pop out. You just pop it right out. Don't break it. Take your time. taking a little flathead, going into the creases and just poking it out. I should be able to grab it with my hand. That's the cap. New filter. Just pop it right in. Once you pop it back in, if you see inside there, there's ridges, clips that clips into this. So clips right in. This right here fits onto the filter. Then you put the wrench and you turn it, just so you can see. Put the tool onto the filter. And that's it. It's only gonna let you turn it so much. Don't fight it. Once it stops letting you turn, no more turning. You don't want to strip it. All right, now we're just gonna add the oil into the car. I'm gonna put 8 quarts in first, and I'm gonna heat the oil up, run the engine, do a this car doesn't have a dipstick, it's all electronic. So I'm going to put 8 quarts of oil into the vehicle, turn the vehicle on, let the car run until it gets to operating temperatures. Then the car is going to automatically read the oil level. Based off of what that tells me, I'll decide whether or not to add oil. So I'm just gonna clean up and then we're gonna go put the oil in. Just got done putting 8 quarts in. I recommend only using this brand, this oil. This is where you put the oil in. So we're gonna run the engine, let it heat up, measure the oil level, because it doesn't have a dipstick. This engine does not have a dipstick. It's all electronic. The vehicle is gonna tell you what your engine oil level is at once it gets to operational temperatures. So let's get to it, turn it on. Also, I'm going to show you how to reset the engine oil light. All right, so to reset the service due, you're gonna wait for all that to go away. You're gonna press that button over here, hold it down, engine oil, it's gonna pop up. Reset possible. You're gonna hold the button down again. It's gonna ask you, it's gonna say reset with a question mark. You're gonna hold the button down one more time. Now it's gonna say resetting in progress. Reset successful, 6,000 miles. All right. Now we're gonna take the vehicle for a spin to get that engine nice and hot so that the car can read the engine oil level. All right, so I took the car for a nice spin. I got it to operational temperature, and now we are going to check the vehicle status and check the engine oil level electronically, since this vehicle does not have a dipstick. So we're going to look at vehicle status, and as you can see, engine oil level okay. It is at max. So 8 quarts came out, about 8 quarts, maybe a little more, a little less, but 8 quarts came out. I put 8 quarts back into it, and as you can see, it's right at the max. So all is well, job well done, and that's how you change your oil on a 2011 BMW 550i XDRIVE.